Let's go back to Thursday Night Football and talk about the Cincinnati Bengals uh, beating the Pittsburgh Steelers 33-31. A lot of people were calling this the Unk game. No, it is not. It's just the old people game. It's just two old 40-plus-year-old quarterbacks going at it. And I will say this game did not disappoint. Aaron Rodgers, 249 yards, 4 touchdowns. Joe Flacco, 342 yards, 3 touchdowns. Here's my thing. I know, and we're going to talk about the Eagles and Vikings a little bit later. I know that there's not a lot of Jamar Chases out there. I know that there's not a lot of T. Higgins out there. But if you have a top receiver, in fact, if you want to go back to the first game or the first topic when I talked about Washington, Dak Prescott damn near force-fed CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Now, it helped that Marshawn Lattimore was on him, but I don't feel like, especially when there's nothing wrong with force feeding. Joe Flacco force-fed Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase had 23 targets against the Steelers. Caught 16 of them for 161 yards. T. Higgins had 10 targets. You force feed your best players 23 targets. If you have someone like a Jamar Chase, if you have someone like a Justin Jefferson, if you have someone like a Puka Nacua, if you have someone like a A.J. Brown, if you have someone like a Amon-Ra St. Brown, and you know you're depleted somewhere else or you're not the best of teams, force feed them. Because those are world-class athletes. That's one thing I never really understood about the Dolphins. Why not force? You're already not that good. Why not force feed Tyreek Hill before he got hurt? The Bengals force fed Jamar Chase and it worked. Joe Flacco Jamar Chase down there somewhere. Huh. Some of the Joe Burrow, when he was playing, force-fed Jamar Chase. So if a top 5 quarterback can do it, why can't nobody else do it? And I'm not going to lie, man. I mean, obviously this wasn't a defensive game. They put 33 and 31 points on the board. But Joe Flacco is a lot better than Jake Browning. I will say that. Just force feed him, man. Yo, Chase Brown, who's even cooking, 11 carries for 108 yards. That means Chase Brown and Jamar Chase. Oh, no, he had -8 receiving yards. Look, the Bengals won because Joe Flacco had weapons that he could use, what he didn't have in Cleveland, and he just force-fed them. On top of that, you're really seeing just how poorly constructed this Pittsburgh Steelers team is. This offseason, you went out and got DK Metcalf and Jalen Ramsey. Okay. Well, what happens when DK Metcalf is playing well? Who's their other wide receiver since Calvin Austin is out? There's no coincidence that Pat Freiermuth was the leading receiver, and he's a tight end. Jonnu Smith was the fourth leading receiver. He's a tight end. This Pittsburgh team, their defense hasn't been great all season. I've talked about that. You gave up 33 points. This is the defense that is supposed to be led by Mike Tomlin. It's supposed to be one of those feared defense. They're not. Jalen Ramsey's one guy. Their back end of the defense still sucks. Now, you still have T.J. Watt. He's good. You still Cam Hayward. He's good. But nobody else? No. I think that's why there's still a sliver of hope for the Ravens. Amongst Ravens fans, because you're going against a team that has to rely on Joe Flacco now, a Pittsburgh team that is poorly built, and a team that's starting Dylan Gabriel. But congratulations to Cincinnati Bengals for beating the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.